Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball, waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. I wanna ball, waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chillin' with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
Listen, I'm hella comfortable right now, 100% comfortable because I got some love from the Iron Lords, right? So I'm gonna start this podcast off by showing lords to Iron Lords. I'm gonna start this podcast out by showing love to the Iron Lords. Those are my guys. If you guys watched my last 15 minutes of fame I did with Lil Cognito, you guys remember at one point 2XP and Iron Lords were under the same umbrella back with Tick, right? So it's always been like a connection, always been love, and I'm hella comfortable today because I'm rocking I'm rocking this comfortable joint.
Nice.
Look at that.
That looks.
Look at it.
Somebody spray
Relish in
Sean,
it, bro.
He said it's velvet.
Mm, mm, mm,
Let this go.
Stop making that noise.
I can't make that noise. Listen, it is. I can't not be here like at my office playing games without this pillow now. Like when I got home and I saw that box, I was like, oh, for me. Bro, they're super comfortable. Huge shout out to the Iron Lords podcast. Those are my guys. Everybody over there, Sav, Addict, David, Cog, all the writers. Much love to you guys. Much love to the Iron Lords podcast. Greatest show on a Sunday. Make sure you guys go check them out. The Addict Show, which was just live, I believe. Make sure you guys check out that show every Wednesday. Much love to them, man. This thing is. I'm gonna go back to being comfortable. Now all I need is a moo. Podcast in a moo and this.
I'm done.
I'm gonna do the next podcast in a moo. What can I buy a moo? Listen, with all that said, what's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from LV1Gaming.com, and congratulations, you guys are leveled up to 242. This is the Double XP podcast. Once again, shout out to the Iron Lords podcast for the rating. Everybody's in the chat right now. You guys are freaking amazing. If you can hear the sound of my voice, do one or two things. Hit that like button, share the stream, and let people know we are live. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to the panel right now. I'm going to do my best not to go on an angry rant, not to do a 15 minutes of fame because I'm hurt over Redfall. I was super excited for this game, and the game is not being shown in the best light by IGN. I'm sorry. Whoever playing that game, you know what you was doing. And now we're hearing about the 30 FPS mode. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to dive into it. I'm going to do my best not to rant, take up too much time. But first, introductions. My right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hardest of ours.
What's up, everybody? I am excited, as always, to be here, talk some games, watch Fame say he's not going to rant, and then start ranting, and just talk about gaming in general, because I love when Fame rants. I do. I love when it's 15 minutes of Fame, and I love when he gets on his soapbox now, because he always makes points, even though most people are looking at him like he crazy. But yeah, and I'm still living that Edge life, and Edge is treating me well, so I'm in a good space right now.
hey, we live in fresh off a long week of work, working a butt off per usual. Y'all know who it is. Dave, what's going on, sis?
Hey, it's good to be here. Yeah, it feels like it should be Friday already. I am exhausted. But super excited because we started promoting Dames for Games. So if you guys know about that, you've seen me tweeting about it, please reshare it. Like, it's a shout out to women who are in and out of the industry who just love gaming and creating games. And we just want to give them a platform to talk about their experience because it's long overdue, right? So, and a huge shout out to The Mix, the Guerrilla Collective, Black Voices in Gaming, and Freedom Games for helping me put this together and making sure everything's nice and spicy. So, yeah.
Nice.
Spicy.
Next up, if your email box is full and your DMs are popping, that's because love.
Yeah. Skip it to Bubba. Bumblebee Tuna. Bumblebee Tuna.
Next up, if your emails is popping and DMs is full, that's because communication director Level 1 Game trying to get a hold of you, baby. BMJ67. What's going on, team?
As you can tell, it's always Daddy Day Camp. We're running that, and I finally got the TikTok live. So if for some reason you want to watch us 2 times at the same time, TikTok, we are up at LV1 Gaming. Please join in and throw your diamonds at us. I wish to shine bright like a diamond.
The roses, all the presents,
all the gifts.
all the gifts.
Before we get into the topic, we got one more guest for the evening. Per usual, I'm going to slide over to the communications director so he can introduce our guest for the evening.
We probably need a drum roll button or something. Like, it's funny because I have a full stream deck. I got 2 of them, actually. Don't ask why. And we could definitely do sounds and stuff. But on to the main point and the star of the show. Our guest spot holder, Schmitty 2447. content creator extraordinaire over at the legendary Las Vegas Inferno, who absolutely know how to throw a party and a good time in a place that is known for parties and good times, which says a lot.
Vegas,
Also
Vegas, what?
co-host. Oh wow, a hater. Also co-host of the Land Parties podcast, Smitty2447.
What is going on?
What's going on,
Thank you
Schmitty?
guys. Yo, thank you guys so much again for having me on. We were talking about beforehand. It's always a pleasure being able to go on to other people's shows, connecting with other people's audiences, and just chilling out and talking. And I'm right there with you as well in terms of Redfall fame. This one hurts. This one hurts. We got to talk about it for sure. But again, thank you guys so much. Like you said too, I'm the co-host of actually two video game podcasts, LAN Parties and the CFG Gamecast. Check them out if you get the chance. But again, I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Now we appreciate you, Schmitty. I want to ask the chat: is my audio ugly? Because she was an ugly little some gun last week, and I want to know if I'm sounding sexy.
Yeah. No, you sound horrible. I hate it.
I think you sound okay. I think you're
Baron is just a hater. Ignore Baron.
Yeah, Baron is a hater.
Am I basic B?
But that's
am I basic B?
If Baron is hating on you, that means you're doing something right. Like you can't be up at the top without haters.
Facts.
Swaggy C says you're big sexy.
That's what I'm I'm gonna take my middies out, and then we really gonna get this thing popping. If y'all keep on calling me sexy, if I get the middies out, listen, I'm gonna need super fast.
Bordy says you're a pretty gal.
I'm showing up middies for free. Not doing it for free. You see what I'm saying? You feel me?
We have shows where I'm like, where's the point where I know we're gonna be roasting together in a place down below? And sometimes I can pinpoint the exact moment in a show. When you bring up your middies every time, it's like we get a little closer, just a little closer.
Swaggy, see, we gotta wait like 10 more minutes before I can say the B word. Before I can say the B word. But listen, we're gonna jump right into it because I want to get into this with our guest at even Schmitty, right? As we hear today, Redfall was announced to be coming day one of Xbox Series S and S, but only at 30 FPS. We're getting a 4K 30 on the Xbox Series X. We're getting a 1440p and 30 on the Xbox Series S. Now, there's no other platform. There's PC. I'm sorry, there's PC. All right, but this game, was delayed a year. So it makes me think, what the hell was we getting last year? If we're just getting 30 FPS now. There's no other platforms, so they have to worry about, we have to focus on PlayStation. It's not on last-gen consoles, right? If I'm not mistaken, somebody let me know. Is it on Xbox One? Somebody look that up and fact-check me.
I believe so.
Maybe through cloud
I don't believe so either.
Yeah, I think this is next-gen.
Next-gen only. So this is a major issue. Xbox has been doing a lot of good, right? And they've been building momentum. But then, so we got, Bethesda holding it down for Microsoft. We got Redfall and Starfield later on. You mean to tell me a game that you need to hype up because you haven't had a lot of first-party stuff drop other than Hi-Fi Rush, and then before that it was Halo? You got Forza, but I mean as far as new IPs, new games, what we're bringing to the Xbox consumer, right? That's new. You mean to tell me that we're being restricted to last gen frames? Maybe even a gen before that. If you ask a PC gamer, a gen before that, we're being restricted 30 FPS, and we're gonna get 60 FPS later. That's like somebody saying, "Sir, I'll give you a salary of 40K now, and then later on it'll be 86. I'll start later, my boy." But Schmitty, I'm gonna go with you first. Your thoughts on Redfall? As much as I'm anticipating it, your thoughts on Redfall being 30 FPS at launch?
So first, I went and checked, and it said it is available through cloud gaming via the previous console, but only through cloud gaming.
Just the clouds are running on Xbox Series X blades, so
right, yeah,
that's good, yeah.
So, and I think you're 100% correct. I mean, there's been a delay with this game already. We were anticipating it last year. It got pushed back, and I was fine with that. Again, if anything, people should have learned from Cyberpunk 2077 rushing and and just putting out just something that was not ready. Again, this is one of those ones. It's like, look, you guys aren't going and trying to, we're gonna have this on Switch and PlayStation. This is exclusively on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So like, you guys should be able to have had time to have this stuff dialed in, especially if you're toting that this is a next gen game. That is not next gen graphics. I'm sorry, but it's not. And again, this makes me worried because I believe this is the same studio that did no, I'm totally blanking on it. What was that one? Deathloop, right? I think it was yeah. So I'm really anticipating. I love Deathloop, one of my all-time favorite protagonists within a game, and I was really expecting a lot from this. And especially the fact that there's going to be cooperative, it's going to be cross-play as well. So it doesn't matter where, well, it doesn't matter, I guess, because PlayStation does not have this. Maybe this will come later on. But this is just disappointing. Like you were Satan Fame, they've acquired all these big studios and stuff like that. And that's always been one of Xbox's biggest problems. They lack exclusivity. They lack the games. I absolutely love Game Pass. It's the only reason I've been able to play Xbox, and I've never owned an Xbox myself. So it's cool, and I love Game Pass, but there is absolutely no reason for me to go and get that console. And really, they just don't have the games for the developers that they are toting underneath their umbrella. They do not have enough first-party games to really justify people saying, you know what, I got to go out and I have to have an Xbox. I have to do this. The only reason Game Pass is successful is because it's cheap. But I guarantee that thing is running at a loss. And eventually they're going to have to raise prices on it to even think about making it profitable. But, I mean, again, no one's going to come if the games aren't there. I think this is, again, a blow to Arcane. This is a blow to Xbox in general, especially with the delay. Very disappointing.
I want to do two things. First, I got a $2 super chat from Hustle and Motivate, who is always hustling and or motivating. Says, love y'all. Sorry I'm late. Listen, we appreciate you coming through, Hustle. Per always, we got nothing but love for you, bro. You're a level one family through and through. I'm gonna read a tweet to you guys before we get to the next panelist, right? And there's some Cobra. If you guys don't follow Cobra, he's a good follow on Twitter, right? He does lots of things Microsoft and Xbox does. He puts up a lot of good images, has a lot of good information. He was originally a leaker. He doesn't really leak anymore because now he has the attention of Microsoft and kind of become friends with Aaron Greenberg and filling in. So he doesn't leak stuff anymore, right? But he put out this tweet I thought was very interesting. He says, the truth is, the best place to play Xbox games and all upcoming of them, which is kind of weird, all upcoming of them, okay, isn't on console. It's on PC. Mm-hmm. I very much understand Microsoft needs to move beyond consoles to make Game Pass work. I'm not naive, but don't risk to leave your core fan base. Don't risk leaving your core fan base behind, right? And so you're telling me a game that's supposed to be designed to run on this $500 machine, and I can't play it at 60 FPS. There has to be a reason. And I was a big advocate of dismissing, it's the Xbox Series S is the problem. The Series S is the problem. I'm a big advocate of dismissing that. But now I'm like, damn, is it the Series S? Because you mean to tell me that this Series X, and we've seen how that game looks, it's not necessarily graphically demanding, right? You telling me that game on my Series X can't run 60 FPS? And I wonder if it could. But the problem is it the Series S, and you can't release two different versions. You can't have the Xbox Series X version say 60 and the Series S version say 30 when you swore all up and down the main key difference between them two is going to be resolution, right? Not FPS. I'm also going to go view your thoughts of Redfall. And again, we've anticipated Redfall. We've had Layla Ellison's voice actress on here. We've interviewed her before. She's amazing. We're hyping up the game. But your thoughts on this game being 30 FPS and 60 later?
I wonder, jumping on the point you brought up of them releasing two different versions, they kind of can because they already have the marketing in place for it. Every physical copy of an Xbox Series X game you see, they already have it differentiated. It says Xbox Series X and then it has the Series X on the side. So you already got the branding in place. And then everything they do, it says Xbox Series X/S. So maybe they could pivot to that. So in the future, we don't run into these problems anymore. If the Series S is the problem that you bring up, and that's of course if that's the case. That's one thought. Did I'm not a graphics junkie. I've never been that guy. So I even any game I've reviewed, if you guys going to read it, I don't mention nothing about frames or anything about performance in terms of like the technicalities, because I'm not that guy. It looks good or it doesn't. It had a lot of it had problems visually or it didn't. Like that's how I discuss it. Very much a casual consumer when it comes to these situations. When it comes to games. I don't know if this is just going to be a super huge problem. It's a problem on paper because most people, as soon as they hear 30, when 60 is available
on an FPS, on a first person shooter.
Yeah, and I once again I got you, because I do know going from a bad TV to a good TV makes you play better. No, you just can see. Like
Yeah.
Like you're literally being killed by somebody you didn't even see because they can see you on their end, but you couldn't see them. So I understand. I'm not trying to diminish that at all. But what if they somehow found a magical weird way to make this 30 FPS work? Maybe because it's an enclosed world, maybe because you're not fighting other people, you're fighting the game. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's a weird way this could work. Now if there was PvP, I would definitely be on your guys' side, like on the side of everybody else, completely off the walls, like nah, this ain't gonna work. Because then it turns into a hardware competition on top of you guys limiting me. But with it being PvE, where it doesn't seem like we're competing against each other, more or less working with each other, I could see them getting away and making the 30 FPS work. But then also, remember, them lightning bolts was spooky during those trailers and showcases. People was like, "Hey, that don't look too strong. Don't look too clean." But that's my thought on it. Once again, I'm not the guy to sit there and argue frames. Like I'm not that guy.
Real quickly,
And listen,
though,
no,
sorry,
go
I
ahead,
was gonna
Smitty.
say, like, my biggest issue though is the fact that they're shipping a game that's not complete, and
There it
that
is.
is something that becomes more
And it's 70.
more, prevalent in the gaming industry,
go.
where it's becoming acceptable that hey, they're gonna accept this, they're gonna still pay full price. We'll get them the whole game at some point in time. I've got a problem with that.
No, you know what? That's absolutely right, because on that note, that is always bad, and I feel like we're straying further and further away from RNGesus every time this happens, and this is slowly but surely becoming the norm. And I'm gonna close my door. Keep going.
And again, and I got distracted by not being prepared to speak when Baron hopped up. That's why Baron is back, and I ain't gonna finish his point.
Yeah. So no, that's a huge thing, and I'm sick of like these issues becoming the norm. DLC, microtransactions, battle passes, always online. Like it's a lot of these things that are slowly becoming the norm, and because so many major titles are doing it, it's like, well, this is the way, and it's like, well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, and it. Yeah, I'm soapbox time. They're just stretching games way too thin, and I don't know if it's trying to appease the shareholders. I don't know if it's trying to appease upper management. But when it comes to us, we don't know about the games until you tell us. So how about you just not tell us until like you got a 6-month street date? But street days don't even matter anymore. They had 11/11 marketing for Starfield. I have no faith in street dates. I'm gonna just keep saying it. That stuff means nothing. Just send me the game. I'm not saying surprise release, but surprise. Like I think what was that damn I think Suicide Squad would have did okay if they wouldn't have showed so much.
Yeah.
Can we
I
just
think it
take it
would've-
back
They,
to the 90s
said we
where
would've
you just
tricked-
released full games and like the game
Yeah.
was done?
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, man.
But
Why'd they do
that's
that,
how I
though?
feel. It seems more like, for me, it seems like AAA. It's more about the money now and how much money they can get out of the consumer versus like whether the consumer is really going to enjoy the game. And because it's a name brand thing now, like people still will buy the game regardless if it's a POS or not,
Mhm.
which is why I say go to indie.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this: 3 things. Number 1, if you can hear me, hit the like button because that'd be awesome. Number 2, or if you're on TikTok, tap the hell out of the screen. Number 2, if the game is great, this argument will be a
Yeah.
moot point. We won't
Yeah.
care. We're gonna look past it. But could you imagine a world where this game does release on the Series X 4K 30, Series S 1440p 30, and it's not a rock solid 30 FPS?
Ooh,
Ooh.
If
dips.
we're dipping down in the 25 and the 26 on a first party FPS from Xbox. Listen, here's the thing about this.
And
Here's
that's
the thing
gonna
about
happen anyway.
Xbox right now. And I'm gonna swing back over to Dez and Nugger, right? The reason Xbox is getting so much smoke is because they do not have grace from gamers right now. Xbox does not have the grace. PlayStation has grace. Because yes, it might be a bit of a lull right now on PlayStation, depending on who you ask, but they've constantly released high quality games to where when they have a lull, or maybe they put out a game that's not so great, they're going to get grace from gamers. That's why
Mhm.
Microsoft's getting so much slack for this, because Xbox needs to hit everything on the head. Everything needs to be
Which is impossible
absolutely
to do.
perfect. It
That's
is
suck.
impossible. It is, but that's the hole that they are attempting to dig themselves out of. But go ahead, Hugs.
So we've talked about this before. This isn't a game I was like super interested in. First, shout out to I know my Zeno RP family is watching in staff chat. Hi Rezi, hi Strolly, hi everybody. I wasn't super interested because I got flashbacks when we all played Back 4 Blood, and I was like, oh no, this is another Back 4 Blood game. I don't want to play this. And then we had Queen Novine on, and she couldn't tell us a lot about it, but she told us like there's gonna be some twists and turns, and then I was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm with Baron of this is a PvE game. I don't mind if it's 30. If it's like Call of Duty, I'm gonna be upset if it's 30. Unless you can lock everybody to 30, cool. But if it's PvE, I'm gonna play it because I don't necessarily care about frame rates. If the story is good and if the gameplay is solid, I'm going to play it anyway. Because I mean, as long as it's no Ride to Hell Retribution or like some other awful game, I'm going to play it. I'm probably going to enjoy it, and I will have fun with it. I don't care about the FPS in this situation. I know that's blasphemy as a PC gamer. I just don't care. And who knows? I might not even get it up to 30 FPS on my 980 Ti. I might struggle to even make the cap that they put on there. Like, it might be a struggle for me to even get to the point that they want me to get to. So I'm just gonna enjoy this.
On that thing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call on all the Polygon titties. Laura Croft, please help me. Like, make sure this thing doesn't, melt down. Let me have fun. I just want to play it, enjoy it, and have fun, and then I can judge it after I've played it. It's not in my hands. I can't judge it. Basically, is that it?
Is that Ric Flair?
Yeah. Woo.
Woo! If I don't have it in my hands, I can't judge.
So that's to the chat arcade. I see, but Des, I'm just going to go view, and I want to give you the last word on this. Are you worried? Are you concerned that this game that was delayed? It was delayed. It has no other platform other than Xbox and PC to be launching, and this is, for all intents and purposes, this is a big title for Xbox. It needs to be good. I mean, it's not Starfield level pressure, but it needs to be good. Your thoughts on it being 30 FPS and no option for 60 until later?
I guess I'm just gonna echo Baron and Hugger about this. I don't really care about FPS. Like, I'm not very good at it, so I don't really play those games. So as long as it has like a good story and like it's not breaking or it's not super buggy, I'm probably gonna enjoy it. I'm supported anyways because Queen Naveen voiced Layla, and I was super excited about that. But something I did want to touch on is maybe I don't know if this is the right way to look at it, but maybe Microsoft is not that stressed about Xbox because people are buying Microsoft computers all the time. They're updating to Microsoft Windows all the time. I feel like for PlayStation for Sony is a big thing, right? So like they try really hard that every time they put out something, it's going to sell because I mean, like that's a big chunk of their money. I do not feel like Xbox is a huge chunk of Microsoft's money, and maybe that's just why they're not really that concerned about it. They're like, because I mean, if they were, they would do better.
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen an advert for the Xbox console? Because I can't remember last time I seen an advert for that.
Launch.
Halo, actually, when Halo came out.
But remember, they said it back in February 2022 or 21. Phil Spencer himself did a whole interview talking about how our competition is not Sony and Nintendo. Netflix. It's Amazon and Google.
Yeah.
So that's why you only see marketing for controllers and Game Pass. Because that's all I need from you. Like, that's all I need from you to be in our ecosystem. Now, what sucks about this, and it sucks for the diehard console people, it's not that they don't care about you, but they know you're established. Yeah. You're not going anywhere.
But doesn't that go back to Clover's tweet that I read out earlier? Like you're going to alienate your core fan base. Because if you're telling me that your main concern is just the controller and Game Pass, then just go third party and rip the Band-Aid off.
I want to see Game Pass.
I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think Xbox I do think Xbox is beyond console. Right? I do think they are beyond console. And I'm not sitting here saying that they're going to stop making consoles, right? But if you can't make your console a priority, right? This $500 machine that I paid for, I got the Series S as well. Was it 2 something, whatever it was? $500. You can't make this a priority. If this isn't a priority for you, then you need to go third party.
But you know,
and then just put Game Pass on PlayStation 5, and I'll just play all of my favorite Xbox titles because I will still support Xbox because they make a lot of games that I love, and they're going to be owning a lot of games I love. I will still be subscribed to Game Pass on PS5 because I love console. Yes, I have a gaming laptop that I can run games on, but I prefer to play on console, right? And I don't want to go doom and gloom. That's not what I'm doing. I get a lot of hate from the Xbox community. I'm not going to doom and gloom. I love Xbox. It is my preferred platform to play on. But I don't want to keep feeling like I'm not important enough for you to release these games as they should be on Xbox. Because at the end of the day, this still the console, no matter how much they distance their stuff from, the console is still synonymous to the brand. When you think Xbox, most gamers aren't thinking Xbox, the brand. They think Xbox, the effing console. Right?
Yeah.
And you can't tell me there's no excuse to release this game. And if that was the case, delay it.
Delay it.
Like Schmitty said, you're releasing a unfinished game. We as gamers, most of us who have more than 10 brain cells understand that a delay is not a bad thing. We got plenty of Andromeda.
There's too many games out right now.
Too many.
Yeah.
My backlogs are ridiculous.
I just don't think they
Tokyo
care.
Just came out. Like, you're right.
I know that sucks.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care. It's not putting them in the red if people don't buy an Xbox. Like they're in the green, so it's just extra money for them. Regardless if somebody wants to buy an Xbox or not, they're going to make their money, and that's corporate talk. Like they do not care about the core player who loves Xbox. They don't.
You know what I don't
and that sucks, but that's now if we were hitting their PCs and people weren't buying Microsoft and Windows, you better believe they would step up and do something.
You just brought something up.
Go ahead, Schmitty.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick, what's stopping you from just going PC? I mean, you could still get the same thing. There's absolutely no point in even
Dots.
owning the console at
Yep.
all. And really,
There is.
you know, I'm sorry, Baron said it too. Like they're just really, and they said this too. They're looking to get people into the ecosystem. They just want you in their ecosystem. They don't care how you get in. They just want you in there. And then they've got all kinds of different products that they'll be able to service you. But to me, like they said, we don't care about our console players when they say you can get the exact same thing here on PC if you'd like.
Yeah.
There's no
But that's
point for
the
me
thing.
ever to own an Xbox.
There Xbox on PC and Xbox on console is not a 1-to-1. There's a lot of games that come onto console that aren't on Game Pass.
That's true.
All the Gears aren't there. Half of the Bethesda
True.
archive isn't there. So it's not a 1-to-1. It is very similar. They are getting better with it, but there's still like a slight divide of like there's no Ace Combat, there's no Gears, there's no like Borderlands and all the stuff that's been on console Game Pass isn't on PC Game Pass. And PC Game Pass, unless you have Ultimate, you don't get perks that you get from. So PC Game Pass is still like very basic and needs love. But one thing you do know with PC Game Pass, and it's going to happen with Redfall, is their games, their first party games are never going to leave their system. Unlike, you know, PlayStation that's pulling Spider-Man off their service now.
Yeah, that
Their
was
games are
wild.
always
Oh.
going to be there. They just need to do a little bit better because now there's that divide between PC Xbox players and console Xbox players. Because Fame will talk about, oh, you know, Gears is great. And I was like, I would love to play Gears. But like, 2 is missing, 3 is missing. There's
2,
only 4,
3.
5, and 1 in Tactics.
In one, yeah. I'm missing. I have not moved forward in it because
Same.
the 2 are missing.
Because I don't
The
know
fact
the
that we
story. I've
haven't
never
gotten a
played
Marcus
Gears.
Phoenix collection by now is wild. Like they haven't
Mm.
dropped a Marcus Phoenix like Halo. I'm sorry, what's the Halo Master Chief collection
Cheat
style.
collection.
Oh, Mass
The
Effect.
fact that we haven't had that on PC is blowing my mind. But listen, I definitely don't want to come off as no big hater. But this is disappointing news. As someone, yes, I could see what my 3060 can do, and I could probably run it at 60 FPS. My 3060, that's fine.
You
I
could
could-
run it so well.
do that. I could do that.
Do everything.
I shouldn't have to because I paid for their premium console.
Yeah.
I paid $500 for your premium product. I should be getting the best that this console can do. And I don't care if it's because of the if it's because of the Series S, then that's the Series S problem. I have a Series X. There's no reason why I should be playing any game under 60 FPS.
You know what? One more point. Is this our second year or third year into the generation?
This is year. This is the
Three.
technically
3?
this
2020
this
came out.
November
Came out.
or it'll be year 3 in
20.
November.
Yep.
Jesus.
And
Yep.
we're having newbie problems.
Well, nothing.
Like-
Neither one of them have really displayed what they
The
can
full-
do with the. Yeah, exactly. They've both been disappointing in that respect.
It feels like they just want to throw up that meme where it's like, got him, because you already
Got 'em.
bought it. Like,
Bro.
that's what it made me
Like,
think
could you-
of.
But could you imagine? And we're gonna switch topics, but let's say God of War Ragnarok dropped, and it was locked at 30.
It would have been
That's-
fine.
Yeah.
It would have been fine
No,
because
hell
it's
no.
console exclusive.
It would have been
It wouldn't have been
fine,
on
bro.
PC at the time.
They wouldn't have cared.
Mm,
They just rebought everything
mm-mm.
except factions. They just rebought that, and then a lot of those people bought it on PC.
Well,
too.
you know, PlayStation
Well,
could do
Bushy
no
Bro.
wrong. PlayStation is Apple. They
Yeah,
can do no
they're
wrong.
Apple.
Yeah,
They're
it'd
the
have been
Apple of the
fine.
gaming space. Like they can do no
Yeah.
wrong.
It'd have been fine.
It'd have been
Yeah, it would've
perfectly
been fine.
fine.
But listen, no, you know, I'm still going to play the game day one.
Yeah.
This was a title that I planned on because games I really love. I would Game Pass and buy it physically.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I can't bring myself to buy it now, but I will be there Game Pass day one. I'm a Game Pass subscriber. I'm a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, so I'm still gonna play it day one. But that play on Game Pass and then also buy it and not take it out the wrapper, which is I do with a lot of these games. I won't be doing that. I'll wait and see if they give us a finished product. And if that means it's 60 at that point and not 70, then that's just what it is.
Just do
At
it
least
But
I'll
with
be
you
able to
can't,
Ubisoft.
max it
sell
out.
me can't sell me an incomplete game for 70 and expect me to be okay with it.
Do what
Yeah,
I do with
I would be
Ubisoft
upset.
games. Wait
Yeah.
3 months. Like I do this all the time with Ubisoft games. Wait 3 months. You're gonna get the gold edition
be 3
on sale for
days.
$20.
Yeah. I don't ever buy anything right when
Like,
it comes
3
out.
days.
I don't
Oh.
ever.
I
Hey,
just
hey,
I
look.
don't have time. I don't like Ghostwire Tokyo.
Well, then
just
you
dropped.
don't have the money. People work too hard for their money to be buying broken shit. I'm sorry, but
You're not.
They starting to
wrong.
do games like light bulbs. Oh, they didn't
They
call
are.
up to the whole thing.
Have you wiggled
Oh,
it?
they didn't put it. Yeah, just the shelf life. It's guaranteed to break.
This is
Buy
like the
it.
IT crowd. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Like maybe that'll work. No.
Man, you gotta tap the old Xbox. My G
I
Cloud
am
be
gonna
throwing this
switch.
on max settings though. But keep going.
I am gonna switch topics here, right? Before we switch topics again, if you hear the sound of my voice, hit that like button. Helps us out a whole bunch. That's the freest thing you can do to support the podcast is to hit that like button. Also share it out. If you're on TikTok, shout out to TikTok. We appreciate y'all TikTok. Tap the hell out of the screen. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. We really appreciate it. We're gonna jump into something that was originally talked about, I believe, last year by a friend of the show, Hip Hop Gamer. And then it's recently come back up because some of the toys for the next Spider-Man game were leaked, and it kind of hinted that there will be some Spider-Verse things going on, right? We do know Into the Spider-Verse 2 is around the corner. And from the trailers, it pretty much has been confirmed that the Spider-Man from the PlayStation games is in the Into the Spider-Verse movie that's coming up, right? So the rumor has it is that the next Spider-Man game, which will feature both Peter and Miles,
yes.
the rumor has it that they will be diving into the multiverse, that we would get something of a Ratchet and Clank style game for the next Spider-Man game. So Schmitty, I'm gonna go over to you. How does it? That to me that sounds absolutely amazing. Because Ratchet and Clank, I do think I'm not gonna lie, when it came out, it was a little bit overhyped. The whole world's such a thing, but to be able to have that in a Spider-Man game, if I'm web swinging and I'm swinging into a different universe, which means we may be finally getting the hell out of Brooklyn. I don't want another game where we only catch birds in Brooklyn. I ain't trying to do that, bro.
You don't like them birds?
Your thoughts on the rumors that are going out, especially by Hip Hop Gamer and others, about this being a Ratchet and style Into the Spider-Verse style game?
I would absolutely love that, especially with Into the Spider-Verse, right there. I think people, especially with what Marvel has done in opening up the multiverse, I feel like audiences are a lot more open to that experience, and they're able to still get into that without it taking them out of it or anything like that. So I think that would be dope. So you guys are gonna be so disappointed in me. So I totally own both. I own that. I own Spider-Man, and I own Miles Morales. I haven't even started Miles Morales yet. I have beaten the base story for Spider-Man, but I have not beaten any of the DLC content. I am super far behind
Boy,
in terms of that. I'm telling you, my backlog is dumb. I've got games on top of games I've started. I just I don't have the energy to finish it.
That's
welcome
I
home,
do. Eventually, I will, and I did. I at least finished the base story. But I think it. I mean, again, obviously that game is sick, and just being able to go in there, being able to do the web swinging, the mechanics. The only thing I did not like, I'm not a big taking pictures in games guy. I know that I know there's a lot of people that enjoy that. I've seen beautiful
photo mode.
work. Yeah, for me, I was just this is brutal, man. I don't want to have to go around taking pictures,
snapping a bunch of pictures.
I'm just trying to swing around, beat up bad guys. Come on now.
Yep.
But I get it. I understand. I got bad respect for the community because I know that there's a lot of people that do enjoy that. But yeah, I mean that it's gonna be no matter what. I think it's one of those situations too where basically no matter what they're gonna give us, I think it's gonna be fire. They clearly know what they're doing in terms of how the mechanics of the game work, the story and the storyline. Again, that's always going to be a big thing for me. And as long as you nail the story, people are going to be more apt to be if there are mistakes or issues, be hey, I'm gonna look the other way because the story was fire. But again, they're pretty spot on with their technical stuff as well. So I don't anticipate any kind of issues. I think this game is going to be absolutely huge. The one big thing I'm hoping that they utilize, and I say this for most PS5 games now, I would like to see more of the adaptive controller
feedback
and that stuff. Exactly. I want more of that. I want to feel, you guys hyped it up, man. Like, I want to be able to see a game that's really, really utilizing that system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to the chat really quickly. The real Big Back. My man say Marvel's Avengers Spider-Man is the true Spider-Man. Hey, listen.
He looked like me, bro. He was buff out there. He was out there running around swollen. He was swollen, running around like.
You know, I could play Spider-Man in the Avengers because I had it on Xbox. I had it on PS. I had it on PlayStation. But I never got to experience that. But B, no, not B. I'm gonna go over to Hug. Hug, I want to talk to you. I want you to give your thoughts on the Spider-Man 2. According to some of the leaked tours, according to a friend of the show, Hip Hop Gamer, saying that we might be getting a Into the Spider-Verse. Like are we looking at the movie and the game pretty much being connected? That'd be dope as hell.
That would be dope, and it would make sense because you go into all those verses. What I am curious about, and part of me hopes they don't do, is open it up too much, where it's like 3 games from now, you're gonna get that answer to this game. I want everything to be not tied up because it's a multiverse game. You can't tie all the loose ends up, but it to have a logical conclusion, and then the next game it can dive into that. I don't want to. This was my big issue with Final Fantasy 15, is to understand how these guys had this connection. I had to go watch the anime that was outside of it. I don't want that to happen. I want all the information to be there together, because there's some people that like the games that aren't going to watch the movie, and vice versa. There's people who are going to watch the Spider-Man movies and don't want to watch the game, or don't play the games. So I want it to be like, it can be together, but it should stand alone on its own. And I'm hoping that they do that. But the first Spider-Man game, I cried. Oh, I ugly cried at the end. I Sarah Paulson cried like, ah! It was awful. It was so bad. I cried so hard. So I know that they're going to take this story and they're going to do it well, and I'm ready for it. And I hope. I still haven't seen the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. I'm not even going to lie. I'm behind on movies too. Man, you didn't even finish the DLC. Don't.
I know. I can't talk. I can't talk.
He over here like jaw drop. I'm going to watch it. It's on my list. But I do hope they integrate it well. I just don't want it to be a separate thing that I have to go and search out myself to understand why this character that maybe I don't remember that's in the movie is vital to the game. Like, wrap it up, make it clean, make it tight. I know the gameplay is going to be solid. I know the story's going to be solid. It's going to be rock hard, fam. Rock hard solid.
Ma'am.
What? Bordy's in here. She's talking about sandwiches. She said, I'm recovering from 2 weeks ago. Bordy's the one that's bringing it up, not me. Bordy said, we got to get Lady D to infect my computer with her magnificence. I didn't say anything.
Oh, my Lord.
But it's going to be good.
See.
Alex isn't here. It's not that spicy.
You recently was chatting it up with the homie Hip Hop. This is, you know, he was the first we ever heard of this possibly happening in the game, right? And it seemed more and more like people are really diving into, like, hey, we might be getting a Spider-Verse, and is the movie and the game possibly connected? So what your thoughts on this game possibly diving into the Spider-Verse and having that Ratchet and Clank style gameplay mechanics to it?
I'm excited, only because, like, I grew up with Peter Parker, and, like, I've always liked Marvel, I've always liked DC, but I've never been as excited as I have been for a Marvel movie. Well, okay, I'm lying. I was excited for the first X-Men movie, and then Halle Berry came out as Storm, and it totally ruined. I didn't watch any of the other movies after that. But
you do not like Halle Berry.
I love Halle Berry. I do not like her as Storm. Yeah.
I think she's the best Storm, honestly.
I do not like her as Storm. I thought she was so cheesy, and I just hated it. But
she don't like her as Storm, but I bet you she watching her Catwoman every weekend. Des, you out there watching Catwoman,
I didn't like
aren't you?
Catwoman either. I thought that story was stupid. I thought the story was stupid.
When it gets hit by lightning.
The same thing that happened. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, but anyways, we're not even talking about that. I'm sorry I brought that up. But I've never been so excited for a Marvel, like anything in the Marvel franchise, as I have been for Miles and his story and the Spider-Verse. So if they're able to connect those two things, I think that would be tight. Because listen, watching the movie made me want to play the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be real with you. Seeing it, even if I hadn't watched the movie, seeing like the commercials and the trailers for it, made me want to play the game because I knew there was going to be a game, right? So I'm excited if they can like put those in. But I do agree with Hugger, like I don't want it to be so in depth that it's like people who aren't really into watching movies won't get the full experience of a game because they feel like they're missing out. Like I hate going into a game and not knowing what's going on because I haven't like played a lot of the other games or like do you know what I'm saying, or read up on all the lore or anything like that.
Even with Final Fantasy, you have to watch the anime and then you have to watch the Kingsglaive movie to get the full story, and it's like I'm not watching 3 hours of content for when you could just put it in the game. And then
there was the mini side scroller that told you the story of the king.
The side scrollers, and then they cut important story bits and put them into the DLC. It's like, no, just make it one complete package. Like Dad said earlier, finish your shit. Let's go back to the 90s. Finish your game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 came out in the 90s.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Look. Wait, what was you gonna say?
I'm not gonna post it.
What?
No, because remember last time.
No, don't post it. Please don't. If you're hesitating, don't post it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, Baron. I'm gonna send it to y'all, and then we can continue going. Baron, you can give your thoughts on this. I want you to let me know how much trouble I would be in, and I posted this.
Sweet orange Jesus. Okay.
I'm excited to see it.
I'm just looking forward to somebody cracking through the metadata and finding out that the teleportation system used is the same from Ratchet and Clank. That's all I'm looking forward to.
I mean, if it's not broke,
that's what I'm looking for. That's what's gonna happen. Like all of a sudden, somebody's gonna find out that the portal is exactly the same and it's all the same assets from Ratchet and Clank, and they're gonna lose their mind on the internet.
Do they have access to that IP?
Probably not, but who cares?
I'm just saying, like, could it be a real thing? Like, if they had access to the IP, that would be, yeah.
I feel like Sony, if out of anybody, could make it happen.
Probably.
And that's what I meant by who cares, because they definitely would make it happen. And I haven't looked at the picture yet, but I'm afraid to do it.
It's bad.
Let me see.
I sent it to you as well, maybe.
You know, they could have access to it. Ratchet and Clank is
I'm
made
glad.
by
You know what? A lot of
Insomniac.
you probably can get away with it because most people can't read. So you might be able to pull this off.
But that's a good point, B. Ratchet and Clank is made by Insomniac.
Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah,
See,
so
that's why I was. My question was valid. Thank you very much.
Nobody said your question wasn't valid.
We're not going to argue.
Time out.
What was your reaction after I said it?
And I clarified. I literally said because people wouldn't care because Sony could make it happen. Had nothing to do with what you said.
You know what? I'm glad that we're recording this so we can go back and look at what your face looked like. I will. And we're not going to argue. I'm not even trying to argue with you. You always want to start arguing. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You literally say shit all the time and expect people to just quiet down, and then you cut people off. That's you.
Then why'd you say it?
Because I wanted to make a point.
Because this debate, which is also
because I feel like you can make a point without being argumentative, but you don't know how to do that.
No, because it's called a debate.
Moving on.
We're at different ends of the conversation.
Moving on. You do this to me all the time. Next step. So yeah,
bringing up D's point once again. So yeah, because Insomniac owns it, they definitely could use the same assets. So agreeing with the point that was made earlier before it turned,
can we not do this?
The portals could be opened up, and that's what I'm looking for. Ma'am, this is my segment. I didn't speak during yours.
Petty. Yes, you did. You cut me off.
Hey, guess what I'm drinking? I got the lime and the tahini.
Ooh, nice.
Lord, not the bubbles.
Guess what I'm drinking. As I'm listening to y'all argue, I'm just doing my thing.
And what was that thing listening to us? What?
Oh my god!
Yo,
fight like brother and sister.
So immature.
Nerves.
Chat, fight.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about
Lordy says
myself.
Des
You
is Mysterio whooping Baron's ass.
it just gets sometimes it just gets too much, you know. It's like I
Yeah.
want to come on here, I've had
Yeah.
a hard week and everything, and you
Y'all fighting in front
you
of
always
company.
nitpick and you always try to start arguments. I don't want to do that right now. I don't
Go
want to do that
off.
right now.
I agree,
All right.
man.
Are you done? Are you
I
finished?
apologize for agreeing with
Are y'all finished or
the
y'all
way you
done?
didn't like.
We're finished. I'm
Yeah,
finished.
yeah, it's cooked.
Y'all acted up in front of company.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
fine.
Smitty.
No, you're good. You're good.
I met
This is
him
what
off
they
a
do. It's
couple Voodoo
typically off
Rangers
camera.
and some
They
Vegas
love
shots.
each other more than anything.
Oh yeah.
They love each other, but they low key hate. It's like a love-hate, more love relationship between
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah.
And I love it because I like seeing Baron get his ass handed to him by Dez.
I can't. with you
Nothing to
guys.
say.
No,
Cooked.
nothing at all.
My
You see what I
pearls.
did?
Hug, I'm gonna
Smitty?
switch.
Hey,
I'm gonna
y'all
switch it over
iron.
to you. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Bucko. Our name is on the marriage license.
That's cool.
You ain't going.
You can have
You
it.
ain't going
You ain't
nowhere,
going
Bucko.
nowhere.
I don't want nothing. Y'all got it.
I love you guys.
Y'all started arguing so much. I don't even know whose turn is it to talk about
I
the
already
topic.
went.
Is it
And I
because
kinda
y'all
got
trying to
finish.
kill?
I think it's
You
just
said,
you.
oh,
has to give
Doris, he
your-
said he finished it. Oh,
I
he
think
said he
it's your
finished the
thoughts.
argument. Des. Oh,
Yeah. No, see, actually, I said I kind of got to finish talking about my segment. I didn't even get to cover the fact.
oh,
yeah.
go ahead, B. We
No,
listen.
it's done now because Dez, of course, was right.
Hey, okay, yo. You're done.
If you want me to go,
You're
just tell
done.
me to go. I
She
could
was
go take a
abso-
nap.
no,
Good.
no,
You're done.
No, she,
Okay,
no, she was
okay. I'm
absolutely
just-
correct.
I'm just
No.
I can't with you. You're done. Fame, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Listen. My thoughts is it better be 60 FPS option, unlike Redfall.
Not the performance mode.
If it's 30 FPS, it's dog shit. I mean, dog poop. Because I don't want no 30 FPS. If we swing in between multiverses, that's dope. At some point, you know, if we're controlling Miles and he swings into the Spider-Verse and we get that art style in the game for a little bit, that's hella dope, right? At some point, can we chill with is it Spider Pig or is it Oinky Spider? What's his name?
Spider Pig.
Oh, Spider Pig, yeah.
It ain't Spider Pig. Homer Simpson called it Spider Pig. It's called something else.
Let's talk.
I thought he was
Spider
Peter-
Ham or something like
his
that.
name is. Oh, there you go, Peter Porker.
Peter Porker.
Yeah,
There we go.
Spider-Ham. You're right.
We say Spider Pig because of Homer Simpson, the Simpsons.
Yes,
Spider
you're right.
Pig,
Yes.
Spider
Yeah.
Pig.
Is
Yeah.
he called Peter
Spider-Ham.
Porker when he's like as Spider-Man though?
No.
Still?
I think he's Peter Porker when he's normal.
Right.
sounds
So
like a
Spider-Man.
mean
when
thing.
he's not normal, he's Spider Pig, right?
No,
Wait.
that's a Spider Ham. Spider Pig came from Homer
Spider-Ham.
Simpson.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Pig is
Okay.
from Homer.
I don't
Maybe.
know if I'd be
Unless
mad if
you've
somebody
been
called me
messing with
Peter
the chat.
Porker. That seems like
Well, but if you in a pig world, you wouldn't know no different.
that's true. That's
True.
true.
That's
That's true.
That's probably a real proper name. He's probably like the
Somebody
sixth
call me
generation.
Peter
sound like
Porker though,
Porkers.
I think I'd cry.
I don't want to do too much of
It's a
that. 'cause
proper family name.
I think it would dilute the game if it's too much of that.
Mhm.
But if we're going through the game and with Spider-Man 2099, Peter Porker, we're getting the actual
Y'all gotta be crying.
movie Miles Morales with this man. I think that'd be dope as hell.
And bring.
But didn't they already make that
Octavia.
game? The
What
game
game?
we're looking for, they already made it. Now that I think about it, I think it was called Spider-Man Dimensions.
Oh, that's an old game though.
Yeah, they made the game we're looking for
About
already.
that game, I never played it. Was that
Spider
I
Noir.
remember that game.
okay.
It had
I don't even know
2099
if it's
Spider
canon
Noir.
now.
Yeah, they totally made that game. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
they did.
Yeah.
Shattered Dimensions. I think that's what.
There you go.
It was good. Fame. Fame. No. Oh, see, that looks even worse when you come. Oh,
Ugh, he
Just let
drinking
it- let the
Pepsi
can show.
Peeps flavor.
Oh, it's not a-
That's
Just
a
let the
peach
can-
flavored Pepsi.
what I was drinking.
you know what you
From
need to get?
Peeps.
You
TikTok.
gotta
Pussy.
put it in the brown
Pussy.
bag.
That's a
No.
Peeps flavored
No.
Pepsi. I know what that is.
It is a peach flavor Pepsi. And then I get mixed up how the camera is, so I tried to hide from the camera. All I was doing was showing the drink the whole time. And then I can't, bro. Y'all whack, bro. I ain't doing it. Can't do
Hey,
nothing.
wait,
on
how'd
this
you
podcast.
drink it again?
No,
I didn't do nothing.
I had to.
he's. Don't worry, Baron's gonna go back and clip it. So don't. Worry.
Yeah, that's got it. Somebody please clip that.
Don't do it. If you love me, you wouldn't clip it.
Fame, you just experienced the female equivalent of eating a banana on stream.
You really did, bro. You was in too.
You
Y'all
did.
whack, bro.
You did. You
Y'all
really
doing
did.
all of this in front of company, bro.
Oh, he can get his own drink out
bro.
the fridge.
Yeah.
He family. He
Y'all
ain't
whack.
company
Listen,
no
we
more.
gotta switch up the topics one more time. Again, if you hear the sound of my voice and you haven't already, please hit that like button. It's what you can do for us. It's free 99 and share the stream out and hit that like button. Helps us out a whole bunch. If you're on TikTok, just tap the screen over again. We really would appreciate that. We're gonna switch it over to the Elder Scrolls 6. Right? It's a long ways away, right? It's a long way. We can all agree on that. It's a long ways away. But if you guys remember last year, there was a article, I believe it's by Game Rant, and they talked about, hey, what is a logical way to expand the Elder Scrolls 6? And we know the mainline games have always been single player games, right? No multiplayer. But in that article, they talked about, hey, let's adding multiplayer to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here recently, there was a job listing. Shout out to Idle Sloth who posted it up. There's a job listing. And then the job listing talks about looking for someone who has a strong familiarity with a variety of open world multiplayer games. So for this topic, I want to start with Hugger. And your thoughts on TES. Is it okay to say TES, or I got to keep saying the Elder Scrolls?
TES 6.
So I wrote TES.
Yeah.
TES 6. Your thoughts on TES 6 possibly being multiplayer?
It makes sense because there is a mod for Skyrim to play multiplayer, and there is a mod for Sims 4 to play multiplayer, and I think Sims 5 might have multiplayer from the early stuff we've seen. It makes sense to cash in on it, to get people excited. You can play with your friends. I personally don't want to play with my friends. I love my friends, but when I'm playing an Elder Scrolls game, unless I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online, I want to play by myself because there is things
I'm talking to
that
Baron, not you.
People I love with all my heart, some of them don't want to watch the cutscenes, some of them don't want to explore, and that's what I want to do. I want to explore. I want to get to know the new world. I want to get to know the rest of Tamriel that they're going to show us that isn't part of ESO. I want to play it. If people want multiplayer, hell yeah, I embrace it. Give more options to people, because there's people that are gonna do the main mission and don't get to discover. There's new stuff being discovered in Skyrim today, so let people explore together. I have no problem with it. And I don't understand why some people are losing their minds. We never had a release date on this game. We don't even know what state this game is in, if it's alpha, gold, or anything. This game is so far away that it's just like, let them put all the stuff in, because this is going to be the next Elder Scrolls for the next 10, 15 years. So let them put all the stuff in, and let them put it in the beginning so the modders can fix whatever is broken, or, they can fix it in the next 10 years. But just let people have a game that they want it. The multiplayer with everything is an option. You don't have to do it. You don't have to use it. Just enjoy the game. And I'm hoping with the new creation engine that they can do more. But I don't know. This game is like a figment of my imagination, because we've seen literally nothing since the announcement trailer. I've seen more on Elder Scrolls Online, because the new chapter is coming out in a couple months, than I have on Elder Scrolls 6. I forget that game even exists.
Not real.
It's not real. It feels like it's
not real.
Elder Scrolls 6. The only thing I know about it is it's new engine. Skyrim Granny's gonna be on there, and I know people are gonna be ridiculous with the mods. Some mods are gonna be so nasty, because people is nasty, but I'm gonna enjoy this.
Mods.
This is me. This
stream myself.
picture of Mario is me every time I come across a meme that Baron would be mad at me if I post it. But by the way, that movie was the Mario Bros movie was fire. But Dez, I'm gonna swing you your thoughts on your thoughts on TS. And yes, I shortened up Elder Scrolls Baron, you slut. Yes, I did. But Diz, your thoughts on it? If you're a fan of the series at all, of it going multiplayer.
I've played some Elder Scrolls. I'm a really big fan of MMOs in general, like because I like playing games with people, but also like I've always been the type of person I'll just create 2 accounts because there are things that I want to do by myself and play by myself, and I don't always want to wait on other people. But I really do like that camaraderie of like running dungeons together and taking on big bosses together. So if they were to do that, I would definitely get it and play it. So
They have to.
I'm
scale
playing
it
the Old
right.
Republic right now, and that game's old as hell. So
They have to scale it right though, because if you're gonna put multiplayer in, you have to. And I know they probably can do this, but having played Elder Scrolls Online and a little bit of Fallout 76, there is that issue of if you don't have the people required, you can't do that boss, or that boss is just way too.
oh
hard.
yeah, I don't like that.
So it's like I don't
Don't
wanna grind
force
out.
me to party with people that I don't want to party with.
Don't
Like
force me to co-op.
don't do
Exactly.
that. Yeah. I definitely like it when they scale down dungeons, especially if you're playing by yourself. Otherwise, like, because you can't always play with other people, you know? So
Life.
yeah, no, I totally agree. They definitely need to have a sliding scale.
They do.
Yes, he did, boy. Shamita, your thoughts on the Elder Scrolls mainline game being multiplayer, not that single player play on your refrigerator 20 years from now style game.
So here's the thing: I've never played a single Elder Scrolls other than ESO. I've only played it
Really?
online. Yes. So, and I know that there's, I've seen the memes and stuff like that for Skyrim and this and that. They just basically keep re-releasing it, and then finally we got something about Elder Scrolls 6. I think in terms of they kind of have to, right? They kind of have to move along with what people are looking for. Clearly, if they're creating mods for this, there's enough just popularity that people, that they could just bake that in instead of people having to use it as a mod. So I think that's smart on their end. I'm similar to Hugger here in terms of, there's certain things that I want to be able to do by myself. So I would enjoy being able to have that ability, in whether that, whether kind of like Des was saying, I'm creating 2 separate accounts, one's for playing with friends, the other's just for doing things myself, whatever it may be. But I think this will be, again, I think there's a lot of expectations for this game, and I'm kind of in your corner as well. It's kind of like they've said something about it, and then we've just heard nothing about it. And it's just like, ooh, like, is this real? Like, is it like, what's the deal here with this? But I think it'll be interesting. I do have a little bit of a hard time with MMOs. I find I always go in super hard, like, you know what I mean? But like, it always turns into a time commitment thing for me. I just don't have the time to really grind like that. I'm a Destiny 2 player. So that's the time that you know what I mean? Like, that time is already allotted for video game time, and I don't have much to that game. So it's like, it's hard for me to be able to get into something like this. I tried with New World. I tried with, some other ones. And when you don't have friends too on there, I find that it's a little lonely. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not a guy that's going out and like just randomly saying things to people like, hey, blah, 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 let's go do this. I'm that guy that's like, people, I don't want to bother anybody. I'll just try to do this. Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't quite get that social experience that they're looking to give. And that's more of a me thing than them. But yeah, I think it'll be a great addition, and I'm always a big fan in games being able to connect. I think not only that, but what creators can do and have done now, the possibilities of what you can create within this universe, within this world, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm excited for people to get their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and you know what
you got the last word, brother.
If we're playing co-op, don't have it where I play the whole campaign with my friend, but it does not count for me. Do not do that.
Oh yeah, like
worst.
Redfall.
Yeah, do not do that.
That's the problem with Redfall.
That is gonna.
I'm sorry, is that a thing with
I was
Redfall?
going to say that, boy, but I didn't want to get in trouble for saying it.
Yeah, that's one
That's
of the things
with Redfall. That
is
Redfall.
No.
You got to redo your own story.
You get to keep your loot, but if me and B is playing 5-6 hours in the story, when he goes to his own world, I go into my own world. It's you're back to where you get to bring your loot and stuff over, but your story does not progress. That's the
Isn't Left 4
biggest
Dead
issue
like
with
that?
Redfall for
Or
me.
Left 4 Dead is like that too. Wait, is that the game? Is this 7 Which
I think
one
Back
is
4
it?
Blood.
Where you can have
Back 4
like
Blood did it.
no. It's a game where you can have 4 people in it, but like they can come over into your world and you're killing a bunch of zombies. I can't remember what it's called, but basically when you go back to your own world, you have the loot on you, but like you start in your own world where you were already at.
Didn't Borderlands
That's
3
terrible.
do that at first? And
I
then
can't remember what it's called.
they stripped that out.
I don't remember.
Like to me, that's
But
dark.
B, I gotta give
That's
you last
stupid,
word
though.
It
Like-
was a thing
before I gotta switch it over. My apologies, y'all. B, last word before I switch it over.
I think it's a horrible idea.
Damn.
Yeah, it's an absolute horrible idea because they're gonna try to lock it behind something. Like it's not gonna be just drop in, drop out. Enjoy yourself. This is for the community multiplayer. Like if we could get a guarantee of that, then sure. But no, they're gonna figure out a way to where you can't pick up loot. They're gonna figure out a way to.
There's gonna be some caveat with it.
There's gonna be something to make it to where this is not as good as it simply should be. And not even asking for the world, right? I'm just asking to be able to go experience this game with somebody I want to play it with. That's all I'm asking for. And if that's what they're promising, then sure, let's go for it. This is going to be great. But then at the same time, I just want to tell folks, go play ESO. Go play ESO.
ESO.
Nobody
has
wants
all the world.
multiplayer Breath of the Wild. Nobody's asking for like it. Even though that does sound kind of interesting.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, that actually sounds pretty dope. I was like, I think I just sold myself. Like, hey, that sounds kind of fun. I'd play that. I need help taking down a couple Leonards. But no, like it definitely would make some boss fights a lot easier. And then the whole question of mechanics. What's gonna shift? Is there gonna be hardcore rubber banding? Like what was it in Oblivion? Where like the enemy scaled with you, or was it Skyrim? I forgot. But like, how is that gonna work? Like, as glitchy as we know Bethesda games often be, what if there's? I can see a glitch now. A high-powered person jumps into your game because you left it open, and then ranks up everybody, and then bounces, and now your world is locked at this level. Like, I can see that. No, but think about it. Like we've seen crazier bugs happen, and I can see somebody doing that, and it locking your world, and you gotta hope you had a previous save file. Like, bro, I look. I could see these things happening, but then again, I'm a negative. Yes.
Is this true MMO then? Or is it just multiplayer?
No, it's supposed to be the main line story game.
But that's
just
what I'm
multiplayer.
saying. Just go play the MMO version of ESO.
Yeah, that's what I
way more
thought you guys
up-to-date,
were talking
and
about.
the world is all linked together. No, but I'm talking about in the single player. Could you imagine running around and a glitch popping up of somebody higher level jumping into your world, rubber banding everybody up to them because it's going to match up to the highest person in the game, and then bouncing and leaving you in this hellscape?
That would suck. It's usually usually when you play those games though, it goes to the lowest person, not the highest person. So the highest person doesn't usually get any benefits from. So hopefully it wouldn't do something like that. But yeah,
what we've just been discussing is we have no faith in Bethesda to implement multiplayer. That's all
we got two examples of it struggling at its origin.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, 76 has got a solid community now. I mean, they've always had a solid community. That's the only reason the game still exists the way it does. Yeah, shout out to Gassy, Far Gassier. You guys go check him out. He is heavy in the Fallout 76 world. Please, like that community is what kept it alive. And let's be honest, the community and the modders are what kept a lot of the other Bethesda games running.
Oh yeah.
So now,
like the Skyrim Beyond Skyrim projects.
I don't want a single player Elder Scrolls that requires online only or always online.
Oh no, that's what I don't want either.
No.
But this is what we're gonna get if we get this multiplayer. Like this is definitely gonna be a part of it.
I hope not.
And that's what sucks.
I do need to switch gears one more time for the final time. If you guys in the chat, do me a big favor. Drop a video game, an anime, movie, TV show that people need to check out. Like a game that you playing, people should be checking out. Something that you saw recently people should be checking out. Drop them in the chat. No super chat required. I will be reading those out for you guys. I do want to start with you, B. What do you suggest for this week for people to watch and or play?
Go play. I'm in my 30s, living a farming life. One of those long isekai titles. It's great. Relaxing.
Go play or go watch?
Oh, go watch. I'm so sorry. Go watch one of those.
I'm like, damn, what that game is? That's a long name for a game.
Like, right? Yeah, right. Farming in my 30s and sim life. It's pretty dope. Got a little fan servicey, but nothing close to what's out there. And then to play, go play Loop Hero. I've been running it like crazy on my phone. Loop Hero. I feel like I'm barely getting hold of the mechanics. But basically, you are creating a dungeon for your hero to run loops in, and it sounds really boring, but it's super intricate. But yeah, go play Loop Hero on Game Pass.
Shout out to the chat. Odie McBoy said the Mario Brothers movie is actually good. Yes, indeed. The soundtrack and Jack Black. Peaches, 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 peaches. Listen, bro. That's been on repeat in my house. That's been on repeat. Mario, Luigi, and the Donkey Kong 2. Bro, it's a slapper, bro. That's Jack Black deserves every musical award possible for that song, bro, because the whole song is a whole slapper, bro. And it made me realize that we just like Bowser. Oh, for the wrong reason, bro. The man was just a simp, bro, and he loved a woman, simp. Bro. And Mario been whooping his ass all this time just because he's trying to love on this woman, bro.
That's toxic, though.
Yeah,
if she says predatory. No, she says no.
I was like, hey man, I don't know if we should be promoting this. Yeah, he meant that, bro. Like, I'm in the theater crying, bro. I'm like, yo, he really loved her, bro. You felt bad for Dracula.
He loved her, bro.
Yeah, Dracula was very toxic.
You felt bad for Dracula, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nah, I felt bad for Bowser, bro, because he really loved her. He loved her, bro.
He watched the first episode of Castlevania and he was like,
yeah. Like kidnapping them though, you know what I'm saying?
You probably thought the opera was romantic.
They beat the coins out of my boy for no reason. He just trying to love on that woman.
There was a reason.
It's called kidnapping and stalking.
A bunch of other felonies. Bro, he just wants to rule the world with his woman, bro. I got mad luck. Bowser's not a bad guy no more, bro. He is an anti-hero.
He's still kind of bad.
He is an anti-hero,
Jack Black
bro.
just made him lovable, but he's still bad.
I love him now, bro. The next game I want to be Bowser whooping Mario's ass the whole game.
Yep.
I'm just saying. In the chat, let's see. We got played a Metal Slug games from Hustle and Motivate. Dustin played Long and watch the Tetris movie. I guess what you got for people that they should be watching and or playing this week?
Okay, for playing, you've got to go with Snap. Marvel Snap. I absolutely have been addicted with that game since November. I can't stop playing it. I still haven't gotten Infinite yet. But I'm not even like a card game player like that either, but it has absolutely captivated me. It's free on IO or on your phone or on Steam. So check it out. And then, of course, I've got to go with watching wise. Demon Slayer Season 3 has started. Swordsmith Arc.
Oh, it's out?
Super. It is out right now. No English dub yet.
Tonight.
So if you don't mind reading subtitles, it is
I only watch subbed anyway, my boy.
There we go. Yes. The first episode dropped this past Sunday, so make sure you check it out. It is. I love that show. It is fire. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm happy.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I can't wait. Anything else, my boy?
Oh, me?
Anything else, Smitty? Yeah. Any game or anything you suggest? Anything else? Just those two?
Yeah, no. Those are mine too. That I go with something to watch, something to game on.
All right. Hugs, what you got, love?
Before I get into my suggestions, don't forget this week, Epic Dying Light is being given away. It's the enhanced edition with all the DLC. Amazon is also giving away if you have Prime. Go to Prime Gaming, collect your Call of Duty, your Valorant, your Destiny stuff, and they're also giving away a few retro games. So make sure you go claim those. To watch, I just started sitting down and watching My Hero Academia because Fame been talking about it. And why did nobody tell me season 2 was just basically season 3 of Ruby with the giant ass tournament where things just happen and things get turned around? I don't like Bakugo, but I have a feeling that
you will love him. You will love him.
I have a feeling, yeah. Deku, he's annoying.
And
but
this
he
last
reminds me
season
of,
was
like,
the best.
He reminds me of somebody I want to like cuddle and love. My favorite character is Momo. I know we don't see her a lot, but she's amazing. For a movie to watch, I'm going to say watch Black Panther and the second one because Cinema Gold, obviously. To go play, it just dropped on Game Pass. Ghostwire Tokyo. It's strange. I don't know if I'm a fan, if I like it or hate it yet, but if you're into Japanese yokai stories, demon stories, you're gonna be fascinated by the way they present things. You saw a little bit of it in what was the other Tango game? Evil Within, with like the Laura character and the multi-headed thing in the arms. So it's just kind of like expands on that. So I think you'll enjoy it. It's a little spooky, it is a little scary, but it's fun. So go enjoy that.
Yes, understand. I'm gonna love you till the very end.
I actually have like a few things that I was that I've been playing. So these are demos though, but you should definitely check them out if you like horror-esque kind of games. So Blue June is done by one developer. It looks incredible so far. Check it out. It's a little creepy, but it's also mysterious. Like just playing, like the demo is pretty short, but like honestly, like it pulled me in. I cannot wait till they actually release the full game. So that was Blue June. Another game that we checked out, it's called TARDIS Key. You're this girl who wakes up in a room. You've been kidnapped, and you're trying to help this detective figure out how you got there, who kidnapped you, and why. It reminds me of Saw, like waking up in a room and not knowing what's going on.
No.
But it's not as creepy as Saw, like so far in the demo. It's not as creepy as Saw. So the other one that I think is great, it's more of like a visual novel, but Scarlet Hollow. I just finished the third chapter. Is it the third or fourth chapter? Messed me up. Like it's a horror visual novel, but it is really well done. Like the storytelling in that is chef's kiss. So good. To watch, I would say for movie, I'd say travel down memory lane, go watch a Goofy movie. Eye to Eye. Let's like dance to some Tevin Campbell. And
that pizza.
Yeah. And then yes, oh my god, one of my favorite movies. And then for a series, Amphibia, I just finished that. I cried like a baby at the end of it. I'm really excited to talk about that animated series just because I love the diversity in it. It stars a Thai American girl, and then like her parents are also in it, and I love that her parents have their accents still. Like it just felt way more authentic. Very, very cute show. If you have daughters or little boys or anything, I definitely think you should check it out. It's on Disney Plus. So yep, that's all for me.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna be really quickly. Of course, movie. Go watch Super Mario Bros. I think critics are stupid, and go watch it for yourself. Regardless of the score, it's amazing.
But Black Dynamite, we're critics.
I
mean, people said Final Fantasy Advent Children was an awful movie. So
listen, for shows, we'll put y'all on game. Well, it's not like it's a secret. But go on Netflix and watch Beef.
Ooh, I heard that was good.
It's 10 episodes of great writing, acting. Everything about Beef is hilarious, heartbreaking. It is absolutely an amazing show to watch. Every episode has got the edge of your seat about what these fools can do to each other, and it goes deep. It goes deep. It's so freaking good.
Who's the writer of it? Who wrote it? Okay,
I was just produced it.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's fire. And the game, I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna suggest a game I suggested last week because I've been playing it nonstop. MLB The Show 23. I've been playing that game just about daily at this point. I'm having a hell of a time with it. It is on Game Pass, and it's still so weird to fire up MLB The Show on my Xbox Series X, and first thing you see is the PlayStation Studios thing. It's so freaking weird, but I love it. Go check out MLB The Show. Listen, we got to skedaddle. We got to get up out of here. But I really appreciate everybody who came through here today, even the ones who left early. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Do me a favor if you have not hit that like button because it helps us out a whole bunch. Smitty, our guest of the evening, who can now come in and walk into the refrigerator and grab whatever he wants. Where can the people find you, my boy?
Yeah, you can find me basically any social media, Smitty2447, or check out Land Parties podcast on any podcasting service, along with the CFG Gamecast. I stream on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Same thing, Smitty2447 everywhere. Again, thank you guys so much for having me on. I had an absolute blast.
Yes, sir. That is the point. For those who are watching on TikTok, thank you guys so much for rocking with us. If you're on YouTube, per usual, our guys, our squad on YouTube, I want to shout some folks out. Bordy was in the building. Swaggy C was in the building. Don, as you know, was in the building. Hustle and Motivate, who was always hustling and motivating. The real Big Mac was in the building, rocking with us today. Shout out to him for rocking with us, for real, for real. Isis was in the building rocking with us. I appreciate all you guys, man. If I missed your name, I apologize for coming through and rocking with us. Arcade was in the building. You guys are some real ones. With all that said, what I did.
No, Bordy.
Oh, with all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up to 242. This was the WSP podcast. We will see you guys next week. Maybe Baron will be streaming pooping his pants, playing Resident Evil. We'll see. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Sarange.
Oh, yeah.